Hey guys, it's Keaton here. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the MK3 Ableton Live Lite. I've been asked quite a bit to do it. Alright, so if I go over to Ableton Live Lite or I click on Ableton Live Lite and I have new live set, this is exactly what will happen. And I plug my MK3 into my Mac, this is what will happen, and this is the screen that I'll have. First thing I want to do is I want to map out what instruments I want to do. So I click on these three lines over here, and this is basically, well, what I would call a map. Tonight I'm going to have one drum track and a couple of guitar tracks. So MIDI is drums. MIDI is basically anything that sounds coming from this keyboard telling the computer what to do. Audio is the other side option, and that is basically what's coming from the interface, which is guitars and microphones, external keyboards, etc, etc. And that means you plug it in the interface, and the interface gives a signal to the computer, and that's a audio track. So one MIDI track, then we're going to have drums. If I was going to have like instruments and stuff, like keyboards and synths and stuff, I'd click on down here, but tonight I'm just having a drum track. Click on drums, and this is, we have like an array of kits. Which one I'm going to have? Choral kit, there we go. I'm going to use choral like this one. Double click on that, and that first one turns into choral. I don't need another MIDI track, so I delete it, press delete. And then we have our first audio track. I'm going to make that bass. So my interface has two channels, 1, 2. The second one is what my bass is plugged into, so I'm putting that as 2. And number 1 is what my guitar is, so I'm making 3 guitar. I want another guitar track or another audio track, so I go over to create and I say insert audio track. Another way you can do it is hold Command and T, and there we have it. So yep, let's leave it at 5 loops, 5 tracks. First one is drums, bass, guitar, guitar, guitar. Now I need to highlight them. So I click this red button here. If I go here and click that one, it's not going to highlight as well. In order to highlight them all at the same time, I need to hold Command and then click them. So now they're all highlighted, they're all activated. If I click over here, yeah, basically this is a map of what's going on here on the screen. I'm going to leave it on this page, so when I record you see some like WAV files, and it might make a little bit more sense. Let's move over to here. Actually, before we do that, let's make sure the metronome is on. That's very important. Those 2 dots there are the metronome. Click that. That's your time signature. Leave that 4/4. There's your BPM 120. That's a default, and that's a tap. If we wanted to match a song playing, we click tap, and then we'll get like approximately what tempo it is. Let's just manually put in 110. There we go, 110. So now we've got the metronome on. Let's move over here. Drums is this one, bass, guitar, guitar, guitar. If we do it like this, it's not working, but we need to hit the metronome down, and then that's where the drums are. Yeah, so that's what you have to do. You have to leave that octave down there. When you get a bass and stuff, it becomes a little bit weird, like you have to click it down, but yeah, it's just trial and error. That's more MIDI tracks that you want to have, activated on your map. What the MK3 has is this stop solo mute button here. Basically I leave it on red. So basically all red is that will start my loop, that will pull the loop out, etc, etc. These ones here gives you another layer of loops, and it just becomes really complicated, and I don't like it, so I'll just leave it red, and that's it. Alright, so now what's going to happen here is we're going to click that, and Ableton's going to give me 2 counts of 4, and that's the default that it comes with. Once we've got our first loop rolling, all these other ones is just going to be 1 bar. The trick is playing along, hitting that before the end of the bar so I lose. If you miss it, it's just going to be awkward. For example, I might go 2, 3, 4, 1, and I'm out. It's going to be a stuff up. What you need to do is ba-da, 2, 3, 4, ba-da, yep, and hit it. And that is a challenge. Believe me, I stuff up doing it so many times. It's crazy. When I've done it live, like at a gig and stuff, I just do real simple stuff. And yeah, I still stuffed up. But if you've got a live drummer, it's pretty fun. You can just keep playing along. Anyway, so we've got all that sorted. Well, I'm gonna press record on here. You don't need to press record, but I can sync up some audio with the video after, and it'll just sound a bit clearer. So I'll start with some bass and then drums and guitar, and I'll pull stuff out and and just have some fun with it while I'm doing it, and hopefully this helps. Hopefully I don't stuff up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, hammer on. Alright, that's our bass and guitar, drums going. Alright, so let's crank this up. 1, 2, 3, go. Another one, ready? Alright, yes, that's alright. Sounds alright. Who's on? Who's that? Stuff that, for example, I want to change my bass rate, yeah? Whoa! Alright, so we go over here, delete this one. That's deleted. Alright, so now I've got a vacant bass track. And we'll do something different, ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Anyway, I hope that helps. Have fun.